Coming up, an Olympic moment with Bob Richards.
Hi, I'm Bob Richards. Few stories in sport match the trials and tribulations on the road to success than the story of Wilma Rudolph. She was born weak, skinny, and practically every disease childhood could know. She had polio, scarlet fever, double pneumonia, and as a child, one leg was shriveled and her left foot was deemed completely paralyzed. Her mother, holding her in her lap, would massage her left foot day after day, night after night, trying to give new life to a paralyzed limb, never dreaming what the feet that she was massaging would do one day for Olympic sports. Wilma Rudolph is a running miracle. Like so many ahead of her time, she overcame her difficulties and in doing so, joined an elite group of athletes who conquered illness and physical disability to win the gold. Just by chance, Wilma happened to get a scholarship at Memphis State University and drew as her coach the great Ted Temple, who was notably, with his notorious Tiger Bells, the most terrific Olympic female track champion coach in the world. From playing basketball to running against the famous Tiger Bells, Wilma finally blossomed as a tall, lean, smooth as silk dynamo that would electrify the Olympic world. Rome was not ready for the blazing speed of Wilma. When she finished her first 100-meter trial, a thunderous applause went up. My first encounter with Wilma came in the first race in the 100 meters, which she won easily, and next onto the fields, she ran almost exactly like Jesse Owens, long, lean legs with slight knee lift. She was built a little bit like the great Herb McKinley and ran effortlessly, like Jesse, getting her feet off the ground as quickly as possible. It looked like a glide, every muscle working smoothly together. She became the darling of the Rome fans, and when they weren't shouting, "Baruti, Baruti, Baruti," an Italian who'd won the 200 meters, they were shouting, "Wilma, Wilma, Wilma." A picture that went around the world showed the perfect form of Wilma, the beautiful long left leg on its toes, the very same leg that her mother rubbed every night for years. With the right knee bent and strong calf digging in with power and grace, she won the 200 meters. Wilma won 3 gold medals and set 3 Olympic records. She had overcome her weakness and changed it into power. After her huge success in Rome, she was acclaimed as the greatest woman athlete in the Games and was coveted as a Wheaties presenter. Tom Kilbride, my agent with Wheaties at the time, asked me if we could go together and help sign her. Well, we met Wilma and her husband in the Hilton Hotel in Washington, D.C. We were in the ballroom, the music was playing softly. Because I loved to dance, I asked Wilma for her hand, and she accepted. What an experience. She was as elegant on the dance floor as she was as a sprinter. I was stunned by the fact, though, that she towered over me in her high heels. She looked like a basketball center. Later on, Wilma and I signed with NBC Radio in a program called Olympic Odyssey to do the coverage of the 1980 Moscow Olympics. But sadly, President Carter boycotted the Olympics there, so Wilma and I would never get the chance to call races and interview the great champions of the Games together. We were, however, inducted into the Olympic Hall of Fame simultaneously, one of the greatest honors of my life. Wilma, 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 that brave little girl with the paralyzed leg who overcame her setback and became one of the greatest track champions of the modern Olympics. And it was all set into motion by the touch of her mother's hand.